Hello and welcome to Getting Clean on the Prairies. Today is kind of a sad day here in Growing Zone 3, Saskatchewan, Canada. We were hit with a really hard frost the other night, and unfortunately everything in the garden got cooked and nothing could be saved. As you can see, we covered everything that we could with blankets and tarps. And normally when we get an early frost like this, it goes just a couple degrees below zero, and usually covering up saves everything. And unfortunately though, that night the temperature dropped to -6 here in our yard, which is, I believe, about 20 degrees Fahrenheit. So even though we covered everything, it still just was too cold for too long, and all the stuff is gone for this year. My little bird bath was even frozen solid the morning after the frost. The birds were pecking away at the ice trying to get a drink. I was very sad also to see my flower pot here that I had covered as well froze pretty hard, and my coleuses that I was hoping to propagate and save some more of those for the winter took the worst hit by the looks of things. I'm hopeful that I will still get some seeds from these petunias and be able to overwinter these geraniums that are in this pot. So stay tuned for a video of how I've collected some of my seeds and saved some of my plants for next year. But we have to take the good with the bad. Sometimes Mother Nature just decides to change the weather on us, and we just have to deal with it and move on. I was able to save some of my potted flowers that I put into the shed, so they'll be able to enjoy a couple more weeks of warmth now here. One thing that did make me sad was the chili pepper plant I had taken and put into my garden shed up in the window here, and it also, unfortunately, because of the temperature drop that night, it did not survive. So that was very disappointing. Oh man, that cucumber, so sad. The onions survived. Carrots still survived. They'll be nice and sweet. And I do have a few potatoes left under the straw here that I'll harvest up. And looks like the comfrey survived, so that is good. But it is time now just to move on, clean up the garden, and get things ready before winter and start planning for next year. This is my first year of growing in this new garden space, and for the most part I'm very happy with everything and how things turned out. I got lots of great harvests of lettuces, tomatoes, corn, potatoes, cucumbers, carrots, beans. And one thing I would recommend to anybody gardening is to always write down your successes and your failures and things that you'll do differently next year or do the same next year. I plan this week to head over to my mom's flower bed and dig up some of her perennials, get them moved over here into my lasagna garden bed this week. The forecast is looking beautiful and warm for another couple weeks, so good time to do some transplanting. I also just recently purchased some of these Haskap and Saskatoon berry seedlings. Just brought them home yesterday. So that's something that I have to work on this week, is getting them in the ground. My plan is to put a row of berry bushes along the edge of my garden here to kind of create a nice barrier, and hopefully in a few years have lots of Haskaps and Saskatoon berries to pick. Once this gets all cleared out here, I will bring in probably some more straw and put another thick layer. I've got my water tank located where I want it behind my garden shed now, freeing up some space, and the garden shed should be finished here in the next day or two, and I will post some videos of the finished exterior of the garden shed, which I'm very excited about. So as you can see, it is a beautiful day. The skies are a beautiful blue, and it's actually a very nice time of year to be working outside. There's no bugs, it's not too hot, and I'm just looking forward to getting ready for next year, and very thankful for everything that this garden produced for me this year. Thanks for watching.